Just look at these incredible family treasures. Photographs from the early 1900s. Each one of them tells a story. Each face represents an ancestor. But here's the heartbreaking reality. This is a photo of Josiah Flint, a Spanish-American war veteran. You know, a friend found this photo in an antique store with no family to care for it, no one to remember his story. And these family photos, damaged by time, improper storage, and neglect. But it doesn't have to be this way. Today I'm going to show you how to properly archive your family photographs so they'll survive for generations to come. Hi, and welcome to Family Tree 123. My name is Jonathan Mills, a retired pastor, lifelong researcher, and avid genealogist. I'm here to share from my years of genealogy experience to help you discover your ancestors, tell their stories, and leave a lasting legacy to pass down to future generations. Today we're talking about one of the most precious parts of your family history, your photographs. Whether you've inherited boxes of old family photos or you're just starting to think about preserving your own collection, I've got practical steps that will help to protect these irreplaceable memories for future generations. Before we do anything else, let's talk about the right way to handle old photographs. Always wash and dry your hands thoroughly, because oils from your skin can damage photos. Hold photos by the edges, never touch the surface. And if you're dealing with very old or fragile photos, considering wearing cotton gloves. You're going to want to remove photos from harmful storage. The fact is, old photo albums can harm your family photos. For people of my generation, you'll probably be familiar with those albums from the 70s and 80s with self-adhesive pages covered by a layer of plastic. If you have any of these albums, I would advise you to remove the photos and store them in boxes instead. The glue may become too sticky and damage your photos when you try to remove them. If you have older albums from the 1950s or earlier, they are likely mounted to black pages like the ones in these pictures. These are not recommended for long-term storage. Today you can purchase archival supplies easily, including acid-free paper and archival quality plastic sleeves. But the same goes for old picture frames. That cardboard backing, it is most likely acidic and may cause your photos to yellow and deteriorate over time. If they are on display, exposure to sunshine can cause images to fade, and the glass itself may be a hazard if it traps moisture, causing damage. Step 2 is creating a system to organize and document your photo collection. You need to decide how you're going to organize your photos, and the three most effective methods are by date, if you have good information about dates, by family branch, organizing by your one parent's side or the other parent's side, or by generations, starting with the oldest photos and working forward from there. Personally, I prefer organizing by family branch first, then approximate dates within each branch. Next, document everything. This is crucial. Write down everything you know about each photo on acid-free paper and store it with the photo. Include who was in the photo, when it was taken, even if it's an approximate date, where it was taken, the occasion or context, and who provided the information. If you're ambitious, you may want to record this information in a spreadsheet so that it's searchable. That's a level of organization way beyond my capacity. Many people prefer to write the information on the back of the photos themselves. And if you choose this option, please make sure you only use a pencil, no pens or markers. And write the details around the margin of the photo so you don't cause indentations in the image face. My great-grandfather left Canada in search of employment, and he ended up working for the John Hancock Insurance Company in Massachusetts. He was fairly well off and was a bit of a socialite in the area in the time. When he retired to Nova Scotia, Canada, his photos eventually ended up in my hands, and they include a significant number of people who are unidentified. I was about ready to conclude that I may never be able to put names to faces when I came upon this photo. It's like the Rosetta Stone. Even though I don't know all the connections for all the people in the photo, many of them are relatives, and I've been able to identify them through traditional family research. And don't forget to document information from the photo album itself. Sometimes the album pages have dates, locations, or names written on the pages, providing valuable context. One thing I like to do is photograph each page while it's fully intact before removing the photographs. Sometimes you may lose track of which photo goes with the names and the details written below on the album pages. Or there may be clues as to the identity of people when they're grouped together on an album page. Here's something that many people don't want to hear, but it's important. Not every photo needs to be preserved forever. Your children and grandchildren will treasure photos of their ancestors, but they probably won't be interested in your vacation snapshots from 1985. Focus your archival efforts on photos of family members, especially older generations, important family events, weddings, graduations, Christmas, and so on. Photos showing family homes, businesses, or significant places, and any photo that tells a story about your family's history. And finally, I suggest you keep your oldest photos regardless of their condition. We live in a remarkable time with the development of artificial intelligence technology. I'm recording this in 2025, and even in the past year, we've seen remarkable advancements in photo repair, enhancement, and reconstruction. Many of these tools are already being integrated into online genealogy applications, and they'll continue to improve over time. So don't give up on your damaged photos. They may yet have much to teach you about your ancestors. The third step is proper archival storage that will protect your photos for decades to come. For the sake of your photos, I encourage you to invest in proper archival supplies. For example, acid-free storage boxes. Many of my family photos are in generic photo boxes from the 1980s, but these are recent pictures and not for long-term storage. Heirloom photos deserve proper archival boxes made from board that is both acid-free and free from lignin, as these can cause deterioration or staining or fading. Boxes should fit snugly with the photographs to prevent shifting and abrasion, with reinforced corners and a snug lid to block dust and pollutants. Visit a store or website of a retailer specializing in archival supplies for different sizes of boxes. I'll put links in the description. Depending on your available budget and storage space, place each photo in its own archival envelope with documentation. These envelopes can be archival paper or plastic sleeves that allow you to view both sides without handling. Plastic sleeves can be polyester with brand names including Melinex and Mylar, and other plastics include polypropylene or polyethylene. These plastics are chemically stable, clear, and free from harmful additives. Just be careful to avoid vinyl, which is PVC, and plastics of an unknown composition, as they may release damaging chemicals over time. Today you can also get photo albums and sticky corners that are archival quality. Store your photos in a cool, dry place with stable temperature and humidity. Avoid attics, basements, and anywhere temperature fluctuates dramatically or humidity is high. A bedroom closet is often ideal. You should also consider creating a digital archive of your photos for long-term preservation and for sharing with your family. Scan your photos at a relatively high resolution, at least 600 dpi for standard photos, 1200 or higher for photos you might want to enlarge. This creates a backup and allows you to share images with family members without handling the original. I'll be covering this in some detail in my next video. When you want to display an heirloom photo, how would you go about doing that? What about this strategy? Create prints for framing a display made from your highest quality digital scans. Then store the original photos safely in archival conditions. This way you can enjoy your family photos without risking damage to the irreplaceable originals. Remember the story I told you earlier about the Spanish-American War veteran and his photo? The photo was purchased from an antique shop more than 40 years ago. The man who bought it knew the person's name from the back of the photo, but despite searching many times for the family with the idea of returning it to them, he could never locate them. Until Josiah Flint showed up in an internet search from Wikitree. I had added Josiah because he married a distant relative in my extended Mills family. So this friend got in contact with me and sent the photo and personal effects in the mail because he was getting older and didn't want the photo to go undiscovered by any potential living family members. I was able to add this photo to Josiah's profile on Family Search and Wikitree, where his descendants can now find him. That photo went from being abandoned in an antique shop to finding its proper place as part of his family's legacy. So there you have it. 3 essential steps to properly archive your family's photographs. Remember, these photos are irreplaceable windows into your family's past. The time you invest now in properly caring for them will ensure that they survive to tell stories to future generations. In my next video, we'll dive into the technical details of digitizing your photos, including what equipment you'll need, what settings to use, and how to get the best possible digital copies from your precious family images. Thanks for watching to the end. If this video has provided you value, go ahead and click the thumbs up button to encourage me, and subscribe to the channel for more content about preserving your family history. And drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Remember, the photos you save today will be treasured family heirlooms for generations to come. And I'll see you next time.